I think these two are just so madly in love with each other that they would just rather have each other, whatever that looks like, than to not have each other at all. Hi everybody, this is Lady Sweetheart and welcome back to the Disney Princess Challenge. So as you can probably tell, we are actually in our brand new toddler basement. And as you can also probably tell, Prince Noel is here. Nivia is actually about to go into labor anytime. I mean, she really should be. So you can see we've got her over here playing with little Blair Bashful, and Cynda has just been a total daddy's girl today. I think Prince Noel came over about 3 hours ago in the sim game, something like that. But I think maybe he partly came over just like last time because he knows that Nivia is about to go into labor and he just kind of wanted to check on things. But yeah, let me go ahead and show you around. So since we are in a cottage in Granite Falls, I thought just adding these little wood ends here would just kind of make it look a little bit more authentic. And you might be wondering about the windows, right? Because like, who puts windows in a basement? Okay, hear me out. I was trying to decorate the walls and I'm like, it's so awkward. Like something about this is so awkward. And then that's when it came to me that it's because for most rooms you have windows to break up the walls. And so the windows are sort of an illusion. Obviously we are underground, but yeah, just kind of try to ignore that. I just did that because I thought the room looked a little bit better with the windows. And that's also why I have these curtains to kind of cover them up, just so you can't tell that there's really nothing outside. So yeah, if you recall, this is how you access the basement. It is off the kitchen over here. And so when you go downstairs, this is where it takes you. You will see this toddler basement is a ginormous. And the reason that I did that is because we are going to have up to 7 toddlers at one point. So I felt like it kind of needed to be ginormous. And I have always said I kind of like making the toddler rooms big because it actually helps, first of all, not just have room for all the stuff, but also it helps them with their movement skill because they have to do so much walking. But yeah, you can see here that there is like a little reading nook, and then here's one of the doll houses, and you'll see these little like rocking horses and baby swings just scattered throughout because I love them and I just wanted them to be around. We also have, this has been suggested to me in my 100 baby challenge, but we have the bakery display case that is refrigerated that we can put the food in so that the toddlers can just go grab it. Now, I will say one thing I'm already having trouble with this is that I did have Nivea hire a maid, and every time the maid comes over, they take the food out of here and put it upstairs. So I guess the game doesn't necessarily treat it like a refrigerator, even though it is a refrigerator. So that's kind of annoying, but I figure, you know, they're only going to be toddlers for so long, so not that big of a deal. But yeah, as you can see, that is where we have that. And then we do have like a little seating area over here. However, they have not been using it. I've got this thing in my game, and I've noticed this in 100 Baby too. My toddlers, like if the food is over here, they'll just sit directly in front of it on the floor. They won't move like 10 feet to go sit like on one of these things or on one of those little chairs. Like they just don't, and I don't know why. But let me know if you're having that glitch in your game too. I've got this over here. We've just got like little toys basically scattered throughout the room. We do have a bathroom just for the toddlers. If you've watched me a while, you know that when I have multiple toddlers, I like giving the toddlers their own bathroom just because it makes life so much easier. And I usually do put like a toilet and sink and everything in there just in case like Nivia or whoever's taking care of the kids, it's going to be Nivia in this case, has a place that they can go because inevitably she's going to be spending a lot of time down here. She's also going to be pregnant at least one more time. So I felt like that was a necessity. And then we've got this here, 2 of the little Wabbit tablets are missing, but that's because Cynda and Blair have them in their inventory. There is a fireplace, which, you know, in real life isn't really the safest for a toddler room, but I do like to add them because it gives them like a happy moodlet. I don't know if Cynda, yeah. See, it's boosting her happiness because she's by a cozy fire. So I do like to add them because of that. Also, I just think it makes it seem kind of cozy. But yeah, you'll see like we have these little trampolines too throughout the room. And then there's like this little play area here. And then over here is where all of the toddlers will be sleeping. So we do have 7 toddler beds here. So yeah, that is basically the toddler room. I hope you like what I did with it. It actually took me quite a while. I can usually knock toddler rooms out like pretty quick because they're just not really fancy or anything, but this took me a long time just to fill this space and make sure that we had enough stuff. So yeah, let's go ahead and resume because I can't lie to you, I'm finding this pretty adorable, this little father-daughter time that Cynda is having with her dad. But I don't know if I did mention it in a past video. I think I did, but Prince Noel does have the loves children trait, and so he is probably absolutely loving this. Other than it looks like he's hungry. Well, Noel, you could have gotten something out of this little display case over here, but our maid is kind of not nice and likes to hide it, so... Okay, and then Nivea is trying to go to bed. I mean, honestly, I guess it's okay because whenever she does go into labor, she's gonna need to be by the bassinets anyway, so I can't be too mad about it. Also, I think little Cynda is getting pretty tired even though it's only 7:30, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and have her and Blair eat some dinner so they're not super hungry. So I'm gonna have to drag the food down here, which is kind of what I feel like you are trying to avoid by having this setup, but whatever. You might see that I do have some custom foods in my game now, like this was like fried chicken and mac and cheese, which doesn't really come in the game. The reason is this little cookbook right here. So this is by I think it's pronounced Little Bulbub, who is a CC creator, but basically you can download what these grannies recipes are, and you can actually have your sim come and like pick one of the recipes that you downloaded. So it basically just adds extra recipes to your game. And since it's still pretty new for me, I'm basically having all of their meals be from that. I can't understand why she's not in labor yet. I feel like it was earlier than this that she got pregnant last time. Maybe I'm wrong. She definitely has the pregnancy bladder going on, I can tell you that. Oh my goodness, how sweet. Oh my gosh. Prince Noel is eating dinner with his little girls down. My heart is gonna break. Like, I feel like Prince Noel, like, he would love to just live here and be with Nivea and be with his little girls, but obviously he can't because of his royal duties, and that's what's breaking my heart right now. But I mean, look how happy he seems to be here with these little girls eating his fried chicken and mac and cheese. I mean, I'm sure it's gourmet meals at the palace every night, but not for Prince Noel. Prince Noel would rather be here eating fried chicken and mac and cheese with his girls. I think with each episode, I love Prince Noel more and more. Like, he just seems like a good guy, other than the fact that he's clearly cheating on his wife. But as we said before, extenuating circumstances are responsible for that. Also, it is going to be Thanksgiving. Well, Harvestfest, sorry, I'm American and I always say Thanksgiving. I apologize for that. But yes, tomorrow in the game is going to be Harvestfest, so we will definitely be celebrating that. And I thought that the new babies would be here in time for that, but it doesn't seem like they're going to be. But yeah, we do need to get these little girls to bed. So when they are done eating, which I'm noticing we still have that glitch where the toddlers do not finish their food. But when they are done, we're going to have to get them to bed. And I wonder if Nivea can ask him to spend the night. Yes, finally, she has gone into labor. And thank you guys so much for the dwarf name suggestions. A couple of you left those, and that was super helpful. I'm gonna do my best to try to use the suggestions, but as you guys probably saw last episode, we're very limited in terms of what we can fit in that little box. So they do have to be shorter first names. Yeah, it's pretty annoying to have to queue up the eating actions for the toddlers like 3 times in a row. All right, Nivea, are you gonna have this baby? Hopefully babies. It should be babies because we do have the ley line trait, so. And honestly, I'm hoping for twins. I don't really want triplets, so yeah. So we will see. And look how huge her belly has gotten. Like, oh my gosh. Like, OMG, that is a big pregnancy belly there. I think that might be one of the biggest pregnancy bellies I've seen. Okay, so it's another girl. So I think we'll do this dwarf as being happy. And I saw this name suggestion come up more than once, and I think it's cute. It's Harper. Hopefully it will fit. Harper Happy. Awesome, it does fit. So we do have a little Harper Happy, and we do have a boy finally, so that's great. So I do think I'm going to use Grumpy for this one. And I did get Garrett and Gabriel as name suggestions, but I don't know if they're going to fit. Let me try it. Yeah, see, Garrett doesn't fit, and so I'm guessing Gabriel is not going to fit either. Yeah. So unfortunately, I can't use those because it will not fit. Like, we can't even put Grumpy without the quotation mark. So, let's see if Gavin will work. Okay, Gavin does work, so I am going to name him Gavin, but I did get to use one of your name suggestions, which was Harper. I think that was actually suggested by Cat Kit and Kelly, so it was awesome that you both came up with that, and obviously then I wanted to make sure I used it. But I appreciate, Nivea, that you want to take care of your toddlers, but I think your babies need you right now. And I'm pretty sure they're both going to be hungry, but we do need to get these little girls to bed. Noel has spent most of his time with little Cynda today, so I think I'm going to have him put Blair to bed. So get a bedtime story from Prince Noel, because honestly, Cynda is independent, whereas Blair is clingy, and so Cynda can kind of manage getting herself to bed better than Blair can. She doesn't look very impressed with her dad right now, though. Maybe she's a little upset that Dad's giving Blair attention now. And Prince Noel is trying to go home already. No, Prince Noel, we need you for another baby. Even though Nivea is super exhausted, now that she has these kids straightened out, I am going to see if he will come back over. If not, it's fine. We'll just ask him over in the morning. Because it is after 11, so he might say, I'm in bed, even though he just left literally like 5 seconds ago. Yeah, okay, so he is going to be over. Good. I think I see him, and he is running. I mean, they really didn't get much time with each other earlier because they were so tied up with the toddlers. So, you know, he's probably ready for some romance now that the kids are in bed. Okay, well, little Miss Sassy Cynda is not quite in bed, but she's getting there. Okay, so Nivea, I kind of would have liked to make this a little more romantic for you guys, but like, you are pretty tired, but maybe I'll let you guys have a little romance. So Nivea, come on over and give Noel a kiss. He also had time apparently to get home and change his clothes before coming back over. I mean, you must be a pretty quick changer, Noel. Okay, so she is greeting him. She's probably thanking him for all the help he gave earlier with the toddlers. Poor Nivea looks so exhausted. I mean, this is how you know that Noel's a real one right here. Like, she is definitely not looking her best, and it's not even fazing him. He is just so madly in love with her. It would almost be perfect if he didn't have a wife. Okay, so this time I am letting them get a little bit of romance in before they try for a baby again, because we're currently at 4 out of 7 dwarves, so we do need 3 more. And I don't tend to get triplets in my game, which honestly I'm fine with. So I'm thinking we're gonna have to do this at least one more time after this too. They seem to be enjoying themselves. I guess Nivea doesn't mind that she's exhausted. She can always find some time for a little romance with Prince Noel here. And honestly, I can't say as I blame her. I mean, look at the man. And he definitely seems like he has time for her too. Noel has made a very selfless decision to put the needs of his kingdom ahead of his own personal happiness. You know, obviously he would love nothing more than to marry Nivea, the woman he loves, and just be here with her and their kids 24/7. But that would definitely be at a large expense to his kingdom. And he has decided to be responsible. However, he's just selfish enough that he wants this little slice of happiness to himself. So he sort of got this little bit of a double life going on. And honestly, like, obviously, it isn't the ideal for Nivea either, but I think these two are just so madly in love with each other that they would just rather have each other, whatever that looks like, than to not have each other at all. And that's not to say I morally agree with people, you know, cheating on their spouses, but I do understand where both of them are coming from. You know, there is definitely a distinction between understanding something and advocating it. Oh, and of course, one of the babies is crying, but to little Harper Happy's credit, and now Gavin Grumpy's credit as well, they did wait until the romance was, what? She's not pregnant. Okay, well, we're gonna be trying again. Although I think I am gonna have her take care of these babies so that we don't have to listen to this in the background. That's so odd. Like, I do the 100 baby challenge also, and not once out of the 20 some times that Azure has tried to get pregnant on that, has she never not been pregnant. She's always gotten pregnant first try. Uh-oh, it looks like Noel is trying to come in and take care of the baby, but I don't know if he really knows what little Grumpy needs. He's probably like, this is my only boy. I mean, it's nice that you want to spend time with him, Noel, but like, can you do what he needs? Or get out of the way? Yeah, please change Gavin Grumpy's diaper and then we can try this again. Well, this could be part of the problem. It looks like my wonderful Whims settings have restored back to their defaults, which I don't understand because I haven't put in a new version of Wonderful Whims or anything like that, but whatever. So I am going to have to restart this so that they can try. So I will be back when I do that. Okay, so we are back. So let's see if, okay, yes, it's working now. It was weird though. It did actually let me click try for a baby before if I clicked on him the first time when they tried and it didn't work. But then after that, it wasn't giving me the option at all. But I'm thinking even though it did give me the option when I clicked on him and they did go, I think that somehow these settings probably messed it up. That's just my guess. Okay, it looks like the girls are fast asleep, which is good. And hopefully little Harper Happy and little Gavin Grumpy will be good for a little while. Gavin is sleeping, so at least he is settled. All right, so let's try this again and hopefully it will work. I kind of figured something was up because like I said, the try for a baby thing usually works pretty well in my game. Oh no, she's gonna pass out. I have worn her out so hard to the point where she's having energy failure, but hopefully it worked this time. And she's gonna literally get out of the bed to pass out on the floor. That's the kind of sense, that makes the kind of sense that doesn't. Like seriously, like what is this game? What is with this? I had to change positions because that was not exactly the most flattering angle for our Nivea. Definitely not a Snow White angle. Noel is not even in the room anymore to appreciate it. Sorry, I should not say things like that. I'm so sorry. He came down to the toddler room. Well, that's interesting. Well, Noel, sweetie, your babies are in bed. It is like 3:45 in the morning, so I would hope you'd have been concerned if they weren't in bed. But seriously, I think he's such a like sweetheart and such a good dad type that like he just can't stop thinking about his kids, which is super sweet, and it definitely makes me feel sad. for Noel. I mean, it really is pretty tragic for him and for Nivea, everything that's going on. But they do have their one little slice of happiness, and that's what they're holding on to. Oh my goodness, we just keep getting interrupted. All right, so let's see if we have more dwarves on the way. Okay, we do. Awesome. Eating for 2, hopefully eating for 3. And I guess she's going to tell him, even though she's pretty close to passing out again. Yeah, he seems pretty excited. So I'm going to send her to bed because she is exhausted. And we now have not 2, not 3, but 4 little ones that Nivea has to take care of. So she needs her rest for sure. And he's going to go home anyway. Okay. He probably is trying to make it home. This is what it is. He's probably trying to make it home before Lady Tremaine notices that he's gone. I'm thinking he snuck out after she fell asleep and he's trying to get back before she wakes up. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, and little Blair Bashful is already awake. In pretty good shape, it must be said. So having Prince Noel here definitely seemed to help the 2 toddlers for sure. Oh, and it looks like little Cynda woke up also. And Harper woke up too. Poor Nivea got barely any rest at all. So I'm gonna have her shoosh her and then maybe give her a bottle, and then we might as well go ahead and give little Grumpy Gavin some attention and something to eat as well. Okay, these 2 girls are starting their day off right on the potty. I mean, that's how most of us start our days, let's just be honest. I definitely am going to try to have these 2 be really close. I just really like the idea of these 2 being twins, but also just almost like really good friends as well, even though their personalities are so different. Because Cynda is very independent, Blair is bashful and clingy, but I don't know, I still just love the idea of them being super close. Okay, so it is now later in the day on Harvestfest. It is actually almost 9 o'clock at night. So Nivea slept till like, I want to say 1 o'clock because these 2 babies woke up like constantly. But anyway, that's neither here nor there because what we're going to do now is we are going to have her, when she's done with the bathroom, she's going to call and invite Noel to come over to spend a little time on Harvestfest with her and his kids. And I also worked all day to get her up to good friends with these 2. Okay, so now he is waking up with a dirty diaper. So yeah, I will have her come in and change him really quick, and then I'm gonna have her make a grand meal for everybody, and they're just gonna eat super late. I did have these 2 take a little nap, so they should be okay. But yeah, I think I said it, but since she is good friends with Harper and Gavin now, I am going to have her age them up to toddlers as well while Noel is here. So it's sort of like a birthday celebration for the twin babies, and also just a time to celebrate Harvestfest. And of course, both of the babies are sleeping now. Of course they are. I'm not even kidding. I almost thought about stopping and recording just so you guys could see how many times those babies got her up, but I didn't. Oh, and Prince Noel just became good friends with Blair Bashful. I think Cynda is also good friends with him, I believe. Yeah, they both have already gotten to be good friends with their dad, and he doesn't even live here. I think that's pretty good. And did he go off to take care of Harper because she's crying? Prince Noel. Oh my goodness. You really are Prince Charming. I mean, he's probably not going to do what she needs, but it's still sweet. The idea is still very super sweet. Okay, Nivea, so you know what? I know you're starving. But what say we just go and age these babies up now? And actually, I like that because then they can have the Harvestfest meal with everybody else. I'm just going to go ahead. I don't like to age them up usually while they're in the blue, but I have a feeling that they might be hungry. And so if that's the case, having them age up hungry in the case of, Harvestfest is actually a good thing. Okay, so Nivea should be coming in to age them up. Hopefully I'm right and they're hungry because the other needs aren't quite as easy to take care of. Okay, so Harper Happy aged up. As I said, I think last time, we do have 8 toddler traits and we only have 7 toddlers. So we have enough for everyone to have a different one. However, we will have one left over. So I really need to think carefully about what I choose here. So we've already used clingy and independent. So for happy, I'm trying to figure out, I think silly will say for dopey because I think that makes sense. Because sometimes when people say someone's acting dopey, like they're being silly. Doc will do inquisitive. Fussy obviously we'll use for our boy Gavin over here, grumpy. And what one does that leave us with still? Sleepy? We'll make sleepy angelic because there's nothing more, let's face it, there's nothing more angelic than a toddler that's sleeping, right? So like, let's go ahead and make Harper Happy a charmer. I think that makes sense. Okay, so she also has gray hair, just like Blair did when she aged up. I'm not understanding where this gray hair is coming from, but okay, game. Okay, so for Grumpy, we did say we were going to do Fussy. I think that one makes sense. Does he have gray hair as well? Oh my goodness. What is this game's obsession with these toddlers having gray hair? Okay, so we are in cast. So let's go ahead and start with little Harper Happy. You know how I like to do. Let's get all the skin details off. Also, I think she's meant to be blonde from these eyebrows. We're gonna go with blonde. She's gonna be a little blondie like Cynda. So I'm going to change that really quick just so we can kind of see what she'll look like with her blonde hair. Super adorable. And she also got her dad's eyes, which I can easily correct now because we have her siblings here in cast. So these are actually Harper's. Oh, she's so pretty. Let's go ahead and check out Grumpy. Okay, so again, I'm going to have to guess at the hair, but since the eyebrows are darker, like they're not blonde, they look, honestly, they look more brown. You know, honestly though, they could have a child with brown hair, couldn't they? Because she's got black hair, Noel has blonde. We'll go ahead and make his hair like a brownish color to match the eyebrows. And these eyes, neither of them has green eyes. You know what? I think I'm just going to give him Nivia's eyes because all the rest of them have blue eyes so far. And let me change his hair to brown really quick just so we can kind of see what he will look like pre-makeover. So yeah, okay, yeah, see, he's cute. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and make these two over and I will meet you back when I am finished. Okay, so we are back in cast and I just finished making over Harper Happy and Gavin Grumpy. So since Harper was the older twin, let's go ahead and start with her. So this is Harper. She is so adorable, I think. I did give her freckles just because I thought it looked cute on her, so I just decided to go for it. But yeah, I did give her the color yellow because, you know, obviously happy. I felt like that really made sense for her color to be yellow. So I did use that for all of her outfits. So that is little Harper Happy. So let's go on ahead to Gavin Grumpy. So here is little Gavin. I just want to give him a big old hug because he just looks so upset. I did change a couple of things with him. I did make his eyebrows like more angry looking. And I also kind of like angled his mouth down a little bit more so he would look upset. I just thought that fit him since he's meant to be grumpy. And of course, I gave him the color red just because I thought that made sense. You know, like if he's grumpy, he's probably angry all the time. And obviously red is the color of anger. So yeah, I just think he is such a doll baby as well. So anyway, that is Harper Happy and Gavin Grumpy. I hope you like them and I will see you back in the game. Okay, so we are back in game and everyone is just enjoying their Harvestfest holiday at, 2 in the morning. In fact, the holiday is now over because it is so late. But I'm going to go ahead and end it off here on this little tableau of family fun, or perhaps you could call it forbidden family fun. So let me know in the comments below what you thought of the episode. Also, thank you all so much for all the wonderful feedback you've been giving me on this series. It just makes me want to do this even more, knowing that you all are enjoying it. Don't forget to like the video if you did enjoy it, and drop a comment below. I always love hearing what you have to say. It honestly makes my day. And I'll see you later. Bye.